This has bugged me several times. But yeah, come over here and give it a try. Experience the bugginess of Satisfactory. Top floor. Top floor, and I fell down. Okay. Well, looks like I'm climbing up there with you. Alright. Where are you? Yeah, come over here. So you see this? You see how there's like a platform to the left up at the top of that ramp? I've been trying to run up here and then jump to get over here. But you can't jump when you're running up conveyor belts. God dang it, I fell all the way to the bottom again. But give it a go. If you can't jump when you're running up a conveyor belt. That's jank. I think you're right. Yeah. Well, no. If you stand still, you can jump. But if you're moving upwards and only upwards, you can't. Yeah, like see how you fell down, dude? That has been happening to me so many times trying to run up this ramp and get on there. It's like you have to walk off it. That's yeah, that's buggy. Anyways, just something I discovered because for the longest time I was like, what is happening here? Once with the shot. How well do you know CIC or CICD? I think that's the term, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. CICD. Well, like first of all, you know what it stands for, right? Yeah. So like, how well do you know that? And the tools to accomplish it, because that's what's going to get you the job. Like the whole thing, you would have to know it all. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I mean that would be one part of it. Building the deployable, then deploying it. But would you know if somebody like let me phrase it this way, because this is like the level of knowledge that can practically guarantee you a job, or at least guarantee that you would have no issues in the interview. Would you know if somebody came up to you and was saying, "I have this program." Okay, the program doesn't really matter what it is. We'll say it's like a web program, okay? Because web dev's such a popular, in-demand industry. So somebody comes up to you with their web program that needs to be hosted. It's got a database and it has an API. It has a like a front end interface. Okay, just as an example. The example doesn't even need to be that complex. But so they come to you with this and they're saying, okay, I want this every time we build it. I want it deployed to the prod servers. Would you be able to make that happen? Would you know all the technologies to go from piece of software to this automated system that's deploying it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, right. What would you use to do that like particular bit you're on right now? Because I like personally, I'm not a very big DevOps person, so like I legitimately don't know. I just know that this is the process. Yeah, but I don't. I don't think the webhook, like, I know that you can do that to, like, tell you when things are happening, but I don't think GitHub will be able to do, like, moving things around. What, can it? Okay. You're running out the hard drives? Mm-hmm. It seems like you at least know some of the stuff that's going on there. You should really. Mhm. You should definitely do like your own project, dude, because I think that would be really big. Mhm. Coding practices aren't going to get you like professional ready. They're only going to get you across the interview at best. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about the book, so that's obviously dependent on whether or not you got yourself a good one. Mhm. Yeah. I mean, it's popular. Mhm. Trying to remember, where did you put the power lines to our new coal place? I know, I'm trying to remember. I just remembered that we were building out coal, like, so I can make another steel line. And I remember you having to come to the rescue by putting down power lines. But I don't know where you, like, put the beginning of those power lines by our base. I I don't see them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were. I think we even tested that. Maybe you branched it off the conveyor ones then, somewhere down the line. Dude, they need exactly what they have with Factorio. Because the way that they did the map of Factorio is like, that is fantastic. If you zoom in enough, you actually get like a live game view of the part of the map you're looking at. Assuming you have it within radar, but still. So basically what you're saying would be possible. You just zoom in enough and you'll be able to see the stuff. Yep. Very classic. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, I've done. If you do like networking, you'll do some bitwise if you're good at it, anyways. I mean, honestly, they can be pretty interesting, but yeah, there's some people are just they like do it for the clout. It's not really worth it at that point. Yeah. Congrats, you saved 5 milliseconds. Yeah, exactly. In fact, that's what you'll see 99% of the time. You want things to be more readable than they are fast. I mean, sure, there's a nice sweet spot. You don't want your thing to be super slow or use up too much memory or whatever, but like whatever you've been doing, what you've been showing me, more than enough. Gross. Dang. It really has been a while then. Or maybe you just didn't use them enough. I mean, they're just like syntactic sugar for if statements, really. Yeah. I mean, that's how you get it. And do that for like a dozen other things. And then start building that knowledge and then it stays with you eventually. The small optimizations that those people are doing are, in my opinion, more of something like either you've just trained up a lot so you know it across all languages, or like you're really good at one language so you know all the different little optimizations. Like, frankly, I'm pretty impressed that you're doing it in multiple languages. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you could do the same either way. How are they? Yeah, yeah, because it's using an interpreter, right? Because it's not using a compiler, it can get away with that. Yep. because standard. Well, yeah, but I mean, all objects in C sharp. I don't know about Java, but I'm sure it's something similar. But they all inherit the same thing. They all inherit two-string. Yeah. I think it's. Wait a Sure. Yeah. Just fair. I mean, I'd do it in C sharp first if it were me. Again, just because that's what I know the most. Hmm. Yeah, sure. What do you mean? Am I using the standard array object? Array with a no S. Yeah, no, because Java's pink. Java is like poorly thought out. Well, if you're talking about, well, I mean, this comes back to knowing how the language's standards work. Because in Java, properties begin with an L. Or I mean, sorry, they begin with a lowercase. In C sharp, they begin with an uppercase. So in Java, you're going to have a lowercase length. In C sharp, it's going to be capital. But like, yeah, that's knowing the nuance. Yeah, I I got pretty good at Java when I was going through Reviture because they actually push you to get like the professional Java cert. And the only reason I never got it, I mean, I felt there's this thing called Enthuware. I don't know. Have you ever heard of it? Enthuware? Enthuware. Yeah, I think that's how you spell it. But well, basically all it is a it takes past Java cert questions and like shuffles them. And basically, gives you a mock exam that would more or less be the equivalent to a Java cert. So you would take that, and once you're really good, you'd go take the actual thing, and it'd be like so similar you wouldn't have an issue passing it. And and apparently it's actually harder than the actual thing according to the trainers and the past people who've taken the certificate. And I was scoring well beyond what I needed to pass it, but because it was a paid exam, and if you failed the exam, you lose the money, and I had like no money in my bank at the time, I basically never attempted it because I was like, well, shoot, if I fail it, I'm out like $500, and I literally can't eat for the next like month, so I'm not gonna take that chance. If you don't fail it, the company will reimburse you. But again, that's a risk I just couldn't take at the time. So I never did it, but I got really good at Java because I had to get good at that to eventually get the cert. And yeah, those nuances, dude. Holy crap. That test thing, they rake you over the coals for that crap. In fact, I think they even suspect some people know C sharp, so they throw in some things that look very C sharp like just to trip you up. They'll be like, no, it's not like that in Java. In Java, we do it this way. And it's like, dang, man, like, why is this different at all? Y'all can just not make them different. I'm sure some of those questions were like geared towards people who did that, but since I didn't have the Python knowledge, I wouldn't know. This is like something that would just pass me up. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's an interpreted one, so dude, I will say one thing though about like optimization junk. What's going on with the freaking C sharp compiler and that code thing? Like, why is it 100 plus milliseconds? Like, good lord, what are they? How are they running that? Yeah, literally not possible, but okay. Mhm. Yeah. I suspect they're like interpreting the language. They're not actually compiling it. I almost suspect this is happening. It's jank. Yeah, don't. I mean, that should just be a good clue to you. Don't use that as a profiler. Get your proper profiling tools out if you want to know the time it takes. Don't. But yeah, the fact that it was saying like Java was like 100 times faster than freaking C sharp, like yeah, okay. Hmm. What's funny is that TypeScript actually gets converted to JavaScript before it ever runs. So it's like it's still running JavaScript. That's like yeah, it's super jank. I've never heard of that. TypeScript running faster than JavaScript. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they do something because when you think about it, opening a code sandbox up to developers is like asking for somebody to code a like bug or a virus on your stuff. So yeah, so I'm sure they're doing some other tricks in order to do it that kind of plays into that timing and stuff. Coding is wow. Yeah, true though. So like flipping between those is going to be really good. You'll be better at swapping between languages than I will be. That's for sure. Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Because I mean, you never know what code base you'll be working with. Every code base needs a DevOps guy, though. Scala. I mean, to be fair, isn't Rust like a jank C++ thing? And by jank, I mean like the preferred C++ now, at least according to. Yeah, I've never even seen Rust. I just know that people liken it to C++. Yeah, yeah. I mean, all programming languages have those people. Every language has its purpose. Although I will say that I wish we made a universal language. People will like shoot for it though. Can you like flip a ramp upside down? Yeah. Is that possible? Dang. Yeah, because I want to rotate it so I get a flat curve instead of these like jagged edges on the bottom side of my massive ramp. So it's like, here, I can even send you a picture because I'm looking at like the perfect scenario right now. Don't worry, once you see the screenshot, you'll understand like immediately. Just give me a few seconds. There you go. So take a look at that. Take a look at you see the jagged on the bottom? I want to like, if I could rotate it to the other side, I could have like a smooth ramp on the bottom as well. And by rotate on this, I mean like flip it. Yeah, that's what I said, flip it upside down. Well, I don't know what foundation 4 means. Nah, not really. Yeah, it'd still be jagged in the end. I have to like, I would have to rotate the thing upside down. Wow. Smart splitters. Wow. That's something I'm not going to use for another like 20 hours. Really? Ah, is it really token only? It's pretty lame. Nope. Do not need it. It's not worth. It's still not worth it. This is going to be a place where you're not going to look at a whole lot. So, wisdoms. Yeah, and for that I would totally understand. Just not really what I'm looking for right now. Might as well go ahead and make this some of these stackable conveyor poles. I know how much you love them. Along that big ramp, and we can throw a giant tube at the top. It'll look good. Pretty sure we can. I think I was doing that earlier. The thing is, though, we're really low on steel, so that's why I'm kind of doing all what I'm doing. So that's why I'm kind of trying to build out what we've got, but I keep running out of other materials. And the way back to our base sucks. I keep falling off and nearly dying. Well, I'm just trying to like do the wire pulls, but you have like half of them clipping through like cliff faces. Which are things that we have. What? What's in short supply? Steel? Yeah, that's true. I mean, at least we haven't been having a whole lot of power issues since we swapped to coal. What are you talking about? You're not discovering new things, are you? Oh, don't you just love that? Like, what in the world is this thing deciding to do? I mean, there's limestone right where I'm standing. Just take this limestone that no one's using. Actually, where are you, though? Probably figure that out first. Yeah, if you're already there, then I mean, there's plenty of concrete. I don't know, you can call it the lab. I just call it the, I mean, I've been thinking of it as just like the super factory, but it's the lab too. I mean, I don't know if we're doing any science in here, but it sure does look sciencey. Yeah, you see where I'm, do you see where I'm at right now? This is where our concrete is, so we're not even tapping any of it, so like, you've got free reign on concrete if you want it up there. It's just, you're gonna have to somehow get it up there. I do remember that. Hard to forget it. Where's iron rod? Where do we get iron rods? Yeah, you wanted to Futurama it up. Always comes back to that. We are, it's just we're not storing very many of them. There might only be like 50 or something. Oh, no, I don't think we're storing that anywhere. I mean, we're kind of low on steel too. We need to like, it could definitely be improved down by where we're actually making the steel. Is that the Caterium? Is that what this little base is? Oh yeah, it is. No, I just noticed this little base you built by the Caterium. Got ramps and everything. It's where the power connects to that new place that I'm making. Yeah. You know, that would be really nice. You know, video games don't give players enough map tools, to be honest. Like, no game does. Not really. It's just no one wants to spend the time to do it. What? Who does that? You're fired. No map tools here. Waste of time. You should have been coding something else, like rocks. Hmm. Wait, what is? Oh, okay, so that's why I'm getting a whole bunch of freaking Pokemon memes I don't understand. To be fair, that's sort of like the Pokemon developers' MO. It's kind of what they do for every Pokemon. It's always really bad. Yeah, like they are surprising. Like people make fun of them for that very reason. Ooh, I legitimately suspect like they just don't spend that much for development. I probably the majority of their time is like because Pokemon's complex in that you've got a whole bunch of them. I think they spend most of their time like doing that rather than like making the actual game modern. I really don't think they do. I don't think they bother. Yeah, do them wherever. Just make sure if you're gonna put it on top of the stackable conveyor poles, you make them very tall. Like the ones that we got near the base are not tall enough if you're gonna put one on there. Because we want to be able to fit like 3 or 4 more lines underneath it at least. I mean, when I was putting them down, I just sort of put random amounts in there. It's not like I tried to make them all even. Because I knew that eventually, whenever we're going to put on the tubes at the top, that's when we would make them even if we wanted them to be even. Probably the top level. I mean, you can always fall down. It's pretty quick. It's more difficult going up. Probably the top of the main factory, somewhere over there. Maybe you're like above or nearby that rigmarole you made. Well, I just mean like in that general area. You know what I mean? Like you could move it to the other side because I guess that would give you better access to both bases. It really doesn't matter a whole lot though to me. Yeah, I mean, there's no shame in just putting it further and further up. Because if you think about it, it's a better and better view. You picked up stuff. I'm not supposed to do that. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yes, sir. I don't know what versatile frames are. It's been way too long. Oh, yeah, didn't you stop it for something? Super slow. Yeah, I guess that's also an option. Yep. I'm just trying to enhance our steel output because we are not doing enough. Pumped out. Yeah. I think it's a courtesy too. Hold up, I'm gonna need you to run that by me. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I get what you mean. That would be pretty helpful, yeah. The terrain in this game is surprisingly difficult to navigate a lot of the time. And I mean, that includes the terrain we make. But I mean, that is our fault, so. I just mean, like, it's very difficult going up. Not so much going down, I guess. Yeah, the jetpack's really what they should have given us, like, at the very beginning of the game. I have no idea why they didn't. Honestly, they could make it work with, just like the freaking chainsaw, they could make it work with darn logs. They just choose not to because they want to, like, hide it behind in-game stuff because it's like, oh, sense of pride and accomplishment. I'm just saying, I really don't like that the devs are, and Coffee Stain Studios is kind of known for it, but just milking you for all the gameplay they can get out of it. Basically, they would prefer longer game over a better quality of life game. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just. I mean, if that's how they want to do it, then so be it. But I guess I've just really been spoiled by Factorio and how it's like quality of life first. And like, genuinely, that dev. I mean, yeah, I will agree that they've got some stuff, but have you seen Factorio? Have you seen the dev and what he done? He has. That guy is a monster. He's the dude who does that bit shifting junk. I don't know how he makes that game as efficient as it is, but he's clearly a very skilled programmer, well beyond anything I could ever accomplish in my lifetime. No, 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 you don't understand, Chris. This guy, he's not human anymore. He's like ascended. I'm not, I'm human, I'm constrained by my human limbs and human brain. But this person, he's not human anymore. Beyond us. Can't compare to that. But yeah, anyways, like it is genuinely impressive what they were able to do. So, but I have noticed like there's this idea when you're programming a game, and you'll see this in a lot of like game design, where people or rather developers have to make the decision behind abstracting the gameplay for like quality of life purposes and like actually making it part of the gameplay. Like, and it's actually kind of an interesting topic I think a lot about. Like, just to kind of give you an idea, like, what is gameplay? When you are making quality of life stuff, you don't want to remove gameplay necessarily. You want to remove the parts that people don't want as gameplay. And like, been this shift in like older MMOs and older games. I had this conversation with somebody a while back. It was like a really good point that I had never really thought of before this person brought it up. But I had this issue with like my internet. Okay, I was getting internet installed in my new apartment, and I ended up having to get a call at like, or call in Comcast at like 8 p.m. or whatever. And they're on the phone and they can't freaking solve the issue. I know what the issue is. They don't know what it is. Whatever. I eventually get redirected to somebody who's in like Massachusetts. Or no, sorry, Tennessee. Oh no, I said Massachusetts. He's in Tennessee. And you know, it's 8 p.m., so this dude probably wants to go to sleep. And he's like apparently some principal engineer or something. So it's like I'm talking with somebody who's way too high level for customer support. And we're talking. I think he was probably in his 30s or 40s, whatever, but very smart guy. He was able to help me out with my issue, thankfully. But while we were talking and kind of, because you know, when you're having support, there's a few boring moments where you have to wait a little bit. And he was explaining to me, you know, he used to play WoW, and he was talking about how like old WoW was compared to new WoW, and how there's been like gameplay shift. And he was telling me about how back in the old days, things like leveling or grinding rather, he used the word grinding exactly. Grinding used to be gameplay, but now it's not. And like by that I mean they've implemented new features in these MMOs to get to the interesting bits, because what they do is they make it where you can just like insta level max. Like you join the game, you're level 80, your max level, you can get to the interesting bits. And so they did. Yeah, exactly. And it's like that's a concept that kind of hurts people who did do the grind. Excuse me. But like when you put it that way, that the grind isn't gameplay anymore. Like there used to be this shift where huge MMOs like WoW or RuneScape, like you know, so many different games that involved that grind because that was gameplay. So in modern gaming, in previous gaming, I should phrase it, that was gameplay, so quality of life would not involve getting rid of it. But in modern gaming, that grind is no longer gameplay, and so quality of life would involve reducing it or getting rid of it. Because the gameplay is now boss rating or it's something different. I don't know the like MMO meta, so I can't speak on that. But I thought it was really interesting because I hadn't thought of it that way before. So like when I talk about this and I'm like, well, the struggle of having to like position yourself and the struggle of having to like go up and down, that's not really gameplay. So like from that line of thinking, you could abstract it away and that would be quality of life at that point. So I guess that's what my thoughts come from. Hey man, I'll leave it up to you. You do it how you want to do it. Got free reign, just do it good. Yeah, I don't think you'll disappoint me. I might be there soon enough. I'm actually kind of running out of plates. That's a pretty common thing if you're like building stackable conveyor poles. Hmm. But it's like if you take those boring parts away, you just get a really, really good game. I mean, like I guess I shouldn't say good because I mean you can still have crappy gameplay, but like what's the word? Like smooth or uninterrupted? Is it is it just slow or is it actually stopped? Hmm. Oh no, that's fine. No, no, don't even. It's fine. I didn't design it for that. If you put the stuff in like a larger storage, then that's actually an issue because now you're slowing down the rest of the factory just so we can store more crap that we're not even using. It's like the idea is if I could store something smaller, I actually would because we want it backed up at that point for the storage. That's how we know, we're good. Just different design philosophy. That's all. You know how I love my design philosophies. Implement. What's an implement? No, no, no. We only talk about it. We don't do. I don't know what do means. I mean, you really think about it, it's not even like that difficult of a thing to like start. It's difficult to finish, sure, but it's just so much easier to talk about it. Oh, I've been thinking about that though. Like, I need to get back to actually doing stuff. I really would like to like properly finish my menu editor. It's just it's become such a difficult task for me. And, makes me not want to jump back into it all the time. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I tend to power through those every time because I know if I stop mid bug, okay, so I've done that. I've done that. It's not very good. You know that mobile game I used to make back in like college? Yeah, so I ran into a bug, and yeah, that's basically the end of it. There was a there's a bug. I mean, I I have fixed some pretty difficult bugs for that. Like some of the hardest bugs I've ever encountered as a programmer have been on that project. But what stopped me was I did something temporarily for testing. I just went in there and I was like, okay, well, just for testing, I'm gonna do this thing, and I have not been able to undo it since because I left and I came back like months later, and that code base is very big because it's the whole engine. Yeah, it's in my private bit bucket. I'm still doing source control with that. I mean, good lord, I'm not gonna like just have it on USB somewhere. Yeah, no, that's scary. You're gonna be like, there's gonna be one fire and bam, they're out of everything. Terrifying and very irresponsible, frankly. And it is. I mean, frankly, that's just what you get when you have like really old people running industries. Well, keep in mind, it's also not the young people probably pushing for these changes. I mean, even if they are, they're not the people who decide that. You know what I mean? It's like if you have to sell that idea that we need these tools to some 60-year-old dude who's been in the industry for the last 30 years and is like, well, we never needed it before that. I've been in this industry for 30 years. Like, that's the kind of people you got to sell it to, though. Right. You know, speaking of sales, though, my company, you know, they were talking about, let's see, how do I word this? They were talking about every person's like a salesman, right? Which is fair. Like if you had the opportunity, and if I had the opportunity to like sell my company to another company, sure, why not? But they're talking about it, and they said we would get a bonus or a reward of like 2.5% of the revenue. I remember thinking that meeting, I was like, 2.5%, that's it? Like, think about that. If you gave the company $100,000 in revenue, $100,000 in yearly revenue, which is like, that's a small contract compared to like some big multi-million stuff, right? But still, 100,000, that's a lot of money coming in to the company. You get a measly $2,500. Like, I'm not expecting to do a whole bunch, but if I'm bringing in $100,000, you know, but I don't know, maybe I'm just greedy, but 2.5% to do a contract like that seems pretty small. Especially when you have to consider, like, it's not like those opportunities come by every day. It basically, I can understand it being quite good for people who are in management and they're like talking with those business types and they have the opportunity quite often. For them, it's probably pretty lucrative, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm. You. Where was this tube now? I'm back at the base. Yeah, I see it. Show me. Ooh, Futurama tube. I mean, we kind of needed one here, to be honest. It's pretty needed. Oh, yeah, it's got some nice height. I see it's slowly going down, though. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I mean, frankly, it's probably pretty difficult to even put it up there. Wow, and beat you up too. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, that's just a death tube, but yeah, no, it's pretty good. What are you doing down there? It's just a wall. Yeah, sure, sure. I need plates. Where are my plates? I mean, I had a big old ramp. I have like 3 different ways to get up here. You know, life isn't easy. Oh, you give a nice trim and everything. Wow, fancy. What the heck was that clipping through? Like my hands or something? What the heck is that? you're right. It is the Blade Runner. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, you can't? That's the reason I'm jumping to and from here, just to see how like glitchy and janky it is. And it's funny too, because like when you get out of it, you can see it kind of like slowly snap back to place. Yeah, well, I think that's the Blade Runners, isn't it? Oh, oh shoot, you're right. Yeah, it is. Whoa, yeah, that's jank. But I mean, I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, that's like a visual bug. I'm not worried. Now, what they do need to fix though, is giving us jetpacks at the very beginning. Yeah, see, they're making jetpacks a goal. They're making quality of life a goal. I don't know if I agree with that. But if tell you what, you give me the meeting, I'll do it. You can somehow book that for me, I'll do it. Just tell them I'm a senior Satisfactory enjoyer. You're an executive, you see. He's founder, part founder. Satisfactory guys, you're like, well, you're part founder. What part of founding did you have with this? Well, founding enjoyer. Uh, I got what I need. Oh wait, I should probably grab some more plates. Open my whole inventory. We do now. I worked hard for this. I'm talking about reinforced ones, by the way. Yeah, it does. That's why I gave up on the steel beam ones. Dang, they're much faster. Well, I was hoping to land and grab onto the power pole. Yeah, because that's how I make my other trip. The new place, like new coal area. Basically to the Catarium and beyond. I think that's Catarium. I mean, I'm mining coal. You remember that big mountain that you had to scale? That was for coal. And yeah, and then that coal gets, I'm gonna transport it down to some iron, and I'm gonna turn that iron and coal into steel, and then eventually transport it back. Still working on the whole transporting the coal though. That would be super helpful for me, at least as a start, you know. I mean, I can type it, but if I have to like think about the words, yeah. I mean, junction is like GUNCTION, I think. J. Did I say G? I might have said G, but I'm in J. Junction. Yeah, that was it. JUNCTIO. Yeah, that's it. That's how you spell it. Yeah, you're talking about using like the 4-meter ramps earlier. Those actually were the 4-meter ramps. Oh yeah, that's right. You were. Never mind then. Foundations. I remember 4 meters. You know, that's all I remember. You know, we need like a flamethrower or something. I don't need a gun. These are like bugs. I need flames. Burn these creatures. Hey man, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, what's going on? But my coworkers work way too late sometimes. I'm be getting like notifications at 7 and 8 p.m. I don't know what they're doing, if they're just starting late and working late, or yeah, I don't think that they really matter too much. Most people do. Like they tend to work the regular, like probably 8 to 4, 8 to 5 kind of deal, or 9 to 5, whatever it is. But just noticed these last few days, you know, I keep getting these messages on my phone because I have like the work Slack sending notifications. I've gotten to the point where I'm just like putting myself on silent afterwards. Speaking of which, I actually need to respond to someone. Hang on. It's already pretty late. I'll do it tomorrow. Procrastination. Nah, it wasn't for work. It's for someone else. Work people were bugging me. That's all I was complaining about. But the guy I got to respond to is for someone like actual non-work person. No. Previous roommate. The place opened up again, and they were offering me the place. Yeah, but I'm pretty settled in here, and would rather not like spend more money on a new bed or finding a way to transport it. I think it is a slightly nicer place, but that's whatever. It's not worth the move. Yeah, I'd ask them to let me know when the room was available again. I got kicked out of it. Yeah, because he needed the room for like family, and it was like one of the stipulations in the contract. He's a cool guy though. Like I understand. He he wasn't like he did that just to get me out so he could like sell it to another tenant. Like it wasn't shady or anything like that. It was just he had a family member who needed the room pretty desperately on short notice, and that's when he gave me the. I mean, it still gave me like what 1.5 months notice or something like that, 1 or 2 months notice. So it wasn't like he just like kicked me out immediately or anything. What was that? About uh, kind of. It is probably maybe $100 at most cheaper, maybe. And the reason why is because I pay for my own internet. I'm paying for like some really high speed internet right now, and yeah, kind of eating into my budget. I had to though because my current roommate is paying for like satellite internet. I have no idea why. Like, it's actually pretty fast. It's not bad at all. I would use it normally if I could. However, as you know, I work from home. For some reason, the satellite connections, and I've noticed this with my phone as well when I'm trying to do like hotspot, but like satellite connections don't work for my database. Like the database connections just keep getting dropped, and the result have to like be sent 2 or 3 times because it's like packet loss like crazy. It is. So like I couldn't run any of the applications because obviously it's reliant on our database, and I couldn't like manually go in the database and look up data anymore. So it's like I had to get my own internet connection so I could get that working. I have no idea why though, because like everything else works fine. Regular internet, you would never know. Like if you were not doing dev work like that on that database or on whatever, if you're just like a normal user, YouTube, regular internet, social media, whatever, you would never know. You would have no idea that there was errors. It's like only for that database. I have no idea why. You ever heard of anything like that though? Like latency? I mean, that could be it. I guess maybe it's like a matter of like no retry either. It's like a lot of databases will have retries if it sees that you're struggling. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm thinking no one just ran into that issue except for me. And I don't have the power to change that because I don't have direct control of our databases like that. I can obviously add to and from, but I don't think I can like change settings, nor would I want to, in case I break something. I should probably mark this place on the map. On the cliff face. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I think you like your twos a little too much. I can't answer. I'm too busy designing my new icon. Let's see, iron is a well, I would say like a gray color, but yeah, I need actual color, so let's say purple. There we go. Bam. Ooh, look at that. Put some emphasis on it too, because I made it nice and large. To make the important bases large. Yeah, there we go. Those are the only 2 important bases. Did we even put a... Oh, I see. Coal. Alright, put our home marker on the mini map. That was kind of missing. Nice, isn't it? Said it's nice, isn't it? I mean, I was kind of telling you, I gotta go family. I gotta do a whole bunch of other junk, I'm sure. Pops up last minute. As is always the case. Visit friends. Gotta visit you at some point during this week. I don't know if I'll be able to stay over. Yeah, we'll see, because I don't actually know just yet. Like I said, like I still gotta hear back from some people. I mean, I'll visit you. We gotta do our, usual visits. It's been, when was the last time? It was like, probably before August, wasn't it? Because I don't think we met since you had the job, the new one. So like, it's been a little while. So, it's time for the monthly meetup. Now that it's been more than 1 month. Oh, are you? Why don't we do this? I think I am still on the VPN, actually. It would be a really good idea. Hang on. Really good idea if we did a quick save. And then, let me hop off the VPN. I mean, it would be good to do it now anyways. Shouldn't take too long. We'll see if you disconnect. I'm gonna hop off. Alright. I'm off the VPN, back on. Are you still in the game? Okay, cool. Okay, sure. Well, that should at least help a little bit with the latency. What was the formula we were using for steel? Just like Blipson. There was one game that I really liked, the construction animation. I'm trying to remember what it was. Like I know the franchise is from, but I don't remember the name. Well, I think it was a mod anyways. There's this like really old Warhammer game, the RTS one. Can't remember the exact one it was. It was before like Total War came out and made the Warhammer series super popular. Okay. But yeah, in the old Warhammer game, the mod specifically, they had this really cool thing where when you built something, it would just like drop out of the sky. Like, cause I guess, yeah, what's up? Really? Is that like an RTS or what? Why would you need to build stuff? Hmm. Dang. These minor Mark IIs, beautiful. This is so quick, it's feeding two tier 2 or Mark II conveyor belts, which is very nice. Very nice. So that means you just need to amp up your power. Never let power rule your factory. Oh, you can never use too much coal. You can use too much wood though, because that's not like, automated. Okay, yeah, I think we can use the steel alternate recipe, which I don't think we're currently using. Maybe we are. Where do my stacker conveyors meet up? Stacker conveyors. No. Oh, no, they're not way over there where you're at. They're a little closer to the actual coal. Let me put that on the map, because I don't think we have a map marker for it. Hang on. Here we go. Cool. Yep, that's where it is. Let me put it here. Oh, you could. You see where I'm at right now? That'd be the best place, because this is where our steel is, and we'll probably come in here. But if you put it all the way to the coal, that would be like, wouldn't be a bad place. Mm-hmm. It would be better to go from where you're at to where I'm at, because I should already have like power lines going between there. Well, yeah. I was gonna say I built a different one. So I would just come along there, and if you want to go to the coal through the steel, because if you're going to the steel, yeah, basically, because both of those would be like valid places to stop. So I'm coming up over to where you're at. Yeah, so you're going way over there. That's to some nice height. I see how you're doing it. You have to be on top of them. Yeah, don't fall. If I catch you, you'd kill me too. You're gonna hit terminal velocity well before you hit the ground. Yeah. Quickly give yourself no clip. I could steal your conveyor belts for my steel. If you give me enough height, anyways. So I got the first steel line done. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, I'm more worried about that one that you're looking at right now, because I might be able to fit 1 or 2 lines on there, but if we have anything else coming back, like coal, I guess you could, but that ruins. Alright, I mean, that's fine. I'll just put it underneath it, because, I mean, there's still enough space for what I'm doing now. No, right? It's crazy. I know exactly how you feel, though. Now, when you do it, like, this way, where you're just putting massive amounts of conveyor poles, they just disappear really quickly. Yeah, you probably don't, but take a few off the top of those, because I'm not putting anything above the tubes right now. Oh, I'm out of just regular iron plates. Whoa. Oh, I guess I have plenty of possible conveyor belts. The only problem is I can't actually convert the, oh wait, no I can't. Okay, it's gonna be a little jank for a little bit, but... Oh my god, I can go really high up. Oh. Mark IIs. It's the only one I have bulk enough to like go all the way back to the base. Where do you plan on like putting the tube down here? Because I don't want to like mess it up with this. Well, this is like a temporary location, so if you need to move these beginning ones, that's fine. But like, yeah, like thinking right here would be fine. I do need to fit one more in there. Yeah, that's plenty of room for another one. To find out how to get up there to you, though. Surprisingly difficult. I've got some way over there, but there's just an easier way here. I could probably get them through here. Ah, look at that steel come on through. Yeah, man, you gotta conserve your resources when you're out here in the boonies. See, actually, I would put this one below in that one rather than putting it up there. Because we'll have another one. We'll have another one come in below it. Because So I plan on having 2 steel belts come through. No, I've got like 1,000. I'll be fine. Oh, dang. I can actually reach this next conveyor belt. Or conveyor pole. Yeah. So I'm out of plates. I'll trade you rods for plates. Regular plates. Have to be regular plates. Thank you. There's some rods for you. I'll help you keep going just a little longer. Do you need the plates? Ah, yeah. Okay, hang on. Let me get you some plates back. I'll find where the plates are. There they are. Here, I'll take 100 of them. Yeah, just somewhere in between. I'll show you how far they can reach, though. Can you see that? Where it ends? There's somewhere in between there. I want to pass you some of that too. Here, let me get some concrete. I actually got more than enough concrete on me. Yeah, I can work with that. I'll just put it down here. Why not? It doesn't have to be so high. Oh, you've done this all over the place. Yeah, I think I have enough for a few though. Okay, that works. Oh, really? Yeah, okay, this is gonna be a little tricky because you've got some poison, so we can't really do that here. I don't think that's reaching. It's difficult to say. I got like 3 seconds for the conveyor belt messed me up. Now you're pushing me. Yeah, conveyor belt's too long. I can't see the distance. It looks very close though. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be kind of expensive. Let me see what I can do on top of this. I think that's all I can go up though. Yeah, I can go 100 further. Ah, so you made it. Well, if you ever need steel binder cadarium, you've got it now. Wow, I mean, oh yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, dude, some of these are just so close. They're like 3 tiles away. At least now I'm linked up with the cadarium one, so I shouldn't have that issue anymore. Can you guess how many hours we put on this? Not including today, but like up until today. Oh, okay, dang. So it actually shows you that? Yeah, 18 hours. Feels like we've only done a handful of sessions. Yeah. the home stretch now. I can only imagine the amount of steel we'd need to upgrade all of these conveyor poles. We'd have to like leave the game idling for like 40 hours. Oh yeah, good point. You didn't play on a dedicated server, right? Okay. But yeah, you're right. You go ahead. Oh, so much for that. Look at that though. We made 30 more of those, whatever those things are. Triangle trusses. I don't know why we're making triangle trusses, but there we go. Yeah, you know, whatever fancy name we give them. They're just triangle trusses. Only 350 more to go. What are you saying? And what about our smart splitters? Okay, well, I mean, we've got another steel line. So let me hook that up. Let me figure out how to hook that up. We need another tube over here. That goes like right where the steel gets split off. Oh, right where I'm standing. Oh, what the heck is this? There's like spiders down here. Hey. Have we not been down here for so long? Spiders started growing? It's like, I mean, I don't remember there being spiders ever before. I don't know. What did you do? Oh no, what did you do? What did you break? What's breaking that's making everything working? What did you do though? Wasn't connected. What are you saying? Like it was full? Yeah, so it should have overflowed into where it was needed. Show me what you're talking about. Quick. Yeah, see. Like this place was filled. This conveyor was. I'm just trying to figure out how it was working for some time, and then the fact that it was full is what was stopping it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Cool. I'm glad you saw that. I'm gonna say, look how fast it's going now that you fixed it. We've been doing the work this whole time. It's just not really been going through. Alright, let's see this. What do we got in the hard drive? Oh, yeah, it does. I was gonna say, it should have been something like 60 an hour, I think. I remember doing the math when we were last on. I don't remember anymore. Well, if I don't go back to the steel, I still got a lot more to do with the steel, but I do need to connect it right now. Function. Function 00. I never went there. No, I had to lay cable, or I had to lay conveyor belts for the steel. How else do you expect the steel to get over here? Yeah, that was when I would be able to use the tubes. No. Your junctions are in an inconvenient location, 0 out of 10. You better test it before I run through it. You'll like go through it and end up like in the middle of a nest of monsters or something. Which one of these do we need the most? Probably this one. Yeah, I'm looking at our steel, and frankly, we need to just fix whatever our current output is at that other steel location. It's not outputting enough. Like the one I just made, looks like it's outputting significantly more. Yeah, it could just be that it built up while I was laying it down, you know? And then we'll see what the actual output is here soon enough. Wow, is that really the speed at which we make steel beams? Dang. Well, on the bright side, I just sped up the triangle trusses by quite a bit. You tell me. Ah, that's a splitter, not a merger. Dang. Can I even fit a merger? Oh, I can. Sweet. More spaghetti. They should let you replace mergers with splitters. It's really jank that you can't. Yeah, in place. Really? So they like tried it? Oh, easy. Just change the output directions. This is splitter. Ah, now I gotta figure out where the splitter can go that works. No, wait. Hang on. Yeah, that's what I want. So this goes there. This goes there. And now I have... No, wait, hang on. This needs to be combined. Ah, now this one's too steep. No, of course. Of course it would be. Too easy. Okay, I load balanced the new steel. Looking pretty good there. Oh, I see you've come by and taken all the steel beams. Oh, I was working in conveyors. Fine, though, it's not, like, absolutely necessary right now. You're good, you can hold on to them. I guess I don't need them right now. Okay, let's check that MAM stuff out. Hopefully something good, though. At this point, I think we've got all the good recipes. Well, we've got all the good recipes for the resources we have. Oh, what is this? Wait a second, these are good recipes. I mean, at least this cast screw is pretty interesting. I mean, it's especially nice because it's just 5 ingots straight into the screws. No, like, you don't have to process them into something different. And the speed's much faster. Unfortunately, we have the steel beam ones, and that prints. So, biofuel. You think? I mean, yeah, that means we have another like 10 hours to go. The fact that biomass is not, I mean, just the fact that it's not renewable, very easily renewable. I don't even think it is renewable. So that fact means like I don't even care to really get the alternate recipe for it. So it's either pure copper or cast screw, and I really like our current alternate recipe. And it would be nice to, I mean, I guess pure copper's pretty good in that, wow, we get a lot more out of our raw resource. So if we did have refineries, we could really amp up the amount of resources we're pumping in. But that also requires water. Well, we are, but is the copper, because we do the processing at the copper plants, which I think one of them actually is. So that would be pretty good. But how far are we from refineries again? I think pure copper is the best. I mean, I get that it's sort of like a standard one, but the fact that it triples almost the base resource makes it really nice. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The cast screw is like, it's a nice alternative, just it's obsolete at this point. Unless we really wanted to avoid using like steel, but just the speed on that recipe makes it worth it. All right, I went for the copper. Wow. Full container of reinforced iron plates. I remember back in the days when that was a very rare. Actually, that was an impossibility. Couldn't do that. Straight up impossible. Pretty much, yeah. Well, I was planning to like make modular frames with it, but then I got lazy and realized I'm good. What we really need right now is an increased steel production, so I'm going to be working on that for quite a while. I need, in order to accomplish that, though, I need rotors. Where are rotors again? I think that was floor below this.
New research available in the MAM. New equipment unlocked.
Ah, here we go. The whole bottom floor is just at a deadlock because its whole purpose is making those advanced plates. Now that it's filled, it's got nothing to do. Nah, I mean, we'll always need advanced plates for some of the downstream stuff. It's just when I get around to hooking it up, I'll hook it up to that.
New recipe unlocked.
I mean, half of the machine is still making rotors, so at least there's that. Or half of the factory, I should say. I don't have the undergrad experience, so. Oh, undergrad. I was thinking masters. I don't know, man. Half my brain's functioning on like listening. The other half is like what I need to do. Streamers, they developed that, I guess. I need steel beams. But yeah, I mean, I'm just fine. Need to actually do things though. And by do things, I mean like, secure future. Get a home. It's a painful thing to learn, I guess. To be honest, though, you do need to be careful that you don't get in your head when you're doing the trading, because that can make you do bad decisions. Hmm. I was invested in a company that's up pretty good right now. I should really sell because I saw some insiders selling. But yeah, it's up decent chunk because of the recent. I don't know. I guess for a while now, everything was really low. Everyone was really worried about like the semiconductor market. Now that I guess we've kind of hit the bottom, things are starting to taper back up, and I think it just sort of overcorrected. So gotta sell a little bit. I'm not gonna sell it all, but I bought AMD in my retirement portfolio, and I stupidly bought when it was much higher than it is now. So I think I'm almost at the break-even point. But on the bright side, that other company I'm talking about, I also bought, and that's like it's kind of doing the heavy lifting on that 401k or Roth, I think, the Roth. 500 steel beams. We wouldn't even have that many. Sacrifice that many? I don't think so. Why do you need that many? That is a lot. Absolutely not worth it. Nope. No way. Nope. No way. I mean, maybe in the future we're producing them pretty well right now, but I'm still like increasing our steel production. That is not a real quick and dirty thing though. It's a dirty thing, but it's not real quick. I'll let you figure that out. You want me to do it? I feel like setting up the mines is the easier part. It's when you're in the factory and you gotta deal with all the like conveyor belts in close proximity. If like you're just laying down a mine, you're just connecting it to a forge, and like, that's simple enough. It's like, 20% brain versus like 50% when you're in the lab, and 100% when you're at the bottom floor. Yeah, so what's this about the new Pokemon game I keep hearing about? Why is it so popular? Yeah, it is true actually. Like people are kind of the few memes I have seen, and like I've seen a whole lot, but they have been about like the designs, I guess, or what it looks like. Hmm. Yeah, like really choppy. Oof. It amazes me how that's such like a world famous, like it's a super world famous, what do you call it? Not trilogy, but I don't know, I'm blanking on the word. But it's a super famous thing, and yet they still just don't have the money to do it right. No, I'm thinking of like an IP. It's a super famous IP. So like, you know, a lot of people are buying into it. It's not like they're poor. Pokemon Go is like still one of the biggest things on the planet. So like, I think they're called Niantic or something. But like, they should have more than enough money that any company should have. They should be more than capable of making like AAA games on par with even the best. And yet, they don't. It's a bit of a mystery. I mean, it's got to be some fairly large portion. Can we like blow up rocks? Ooh, how? I need to blow up one. 4 versatile frames away. Is it black powder? Shatter rebar? Hmm. Alright. It's not worth it. Okay, let's see. I need another foundry. You know what I've kind of been feeling like playing lately? Samurai Warriors. Or like any of the Dynasty Warriors. Just like to beat them up. But yeah, God of War. Yeah. It's like mindless fun, you know? Yeah, right. But I can't get myself into the Dynasty Warrior games anymore because the company is like absolutely atrocious. They've gone, it's called Koei Tecmo. They're pretty famous for doing like the anime crossovers. Like typically they're hired on to make those anime games, or the Dynasty Warrior series is what they're pretty well known for. But they're like garbage company now because they've fully embraced microtransactions. I mean, like that's their huge thing. They make a game and they put out like $1,000 worth of microtransaction, cosmetic, and all sorts of other jank. Yeah, yeah, I know, and I mean that's probably why they're still doing it. It's like they used to be when I was a kid. I used to play their like Samurai Warrior game on the original Xbox. And, like I enjoyed it. Like it'd be really cool to get a friend over and both go play it because like it was multiplayer, split screen. Yeah, but like that was the full game that we were playing back then. We'd play it and then that's all the content. Now it's like, well, you get a fraction of the content, I guess. Well, I mean, Technically, yes, maybe, but that's more just like the fact that the game's sort of chopped up now. And that's just kind of the case for any modern game now. You get a fraction of the game for like 100 times the price. It's insane. Like you're gonna pay $60 more to get all the cosmetics in a game now. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, and then there's like 400 of them. There's no way you could just, spend $12 and get half of them. You know what I mean? And that's if you're lucky. Like Monster Hunter, Capcom, they're starting to do this crap where they're like embracing it. Like I have historically really liked, and I guess I'm getting old now that I have to do that, but historically I've liked Capcom. They've been pretty good. Lately, not so much. Like Rise has like hundreds of dollars worth of DLC now. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, they were just making so much money. They looked at it and they were like, from a business perspective, why continue expending the effort to make this huge section of our company that just isn't drawing in as much money? The profit margin's not there. Of course, because the IPs have value. People will pay them money, millions, in order to make their IP. It's like there's no sense in getting rid of that. And it's not like they have to spend money to maintain it. Not any like significant amount, I would imagine. Other than like, hey, don't use our IP, that's it. Yeah, I guess I'm just really disappointed at how the gaming industry has sort of turned out lately. It's like as a kid, there's like limitless possibilities. Now it's like, well, it's not to say that every game's like that. There's plenty of great developers, and I love the indie game scene because they kind of push back on that idea. But the big AAA guys, they're heavily motivated by this like extreme, multi or extreme profit. A lot of them are publicly traded, so they have to turn profit year over year, quarter over quarter. They have to. What do you mean, like to another company? That's kind of funny. EA would be like that though. They look at Activision and Blizzard like, oh wow, look at that. They got to pay out billions. Let's sell our company. Like just shamelessly trying to shill themselves. Really. For for the Microsoft buyout. Oh, hmm. I hadn't actually heard about that, so that's kind of news to me. Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty recent then. It doesn't surprise me though. Like, I guess like Microsoft's route. Oh yeah, go ahead. What was that? Oh yeah, like U.S. lacks a lot of consumer protection laws like that. But I mean, that's how you get a lot of money. If you get done with it. That's fine. We got infinite resources. I mean, we never run out. We only run out of products, but you never run out of ore. As the microplastics kill you. Every week? Good lord. That sounds like a hoax. That's a lot of plastic, and I can't think of myself as ingesting that much. Man, those old people really screwed us over. No, but they still screwed us over. Their ignorance is causing us pain. And cancer. Lots of cancer. We only recently found out about it, like, oh crap, you know? And it could very well be a contributing factor because it's very difficult to control without it. Like, I was reading about how hard it is to discover the effects of microplastics because of how pervasive they are. Like, it's not possible to have a control group who doesn't have any microplastics. It's that difficult. It's like, we don't really know. That's the scary part. So yeah, pretty serious problem. Yep. You also don't get a choice about like every industry is already, or every little niche. It's like basically already taken up by a company or 5. I've noticed this fact, and I mean this is more just me complaining to complain, I guess, but you know, materials are like they're kind of the big driver of like industry, right? As we create new materials, new companies form around those materials to use them. And it's like the materials we're making now, like super complex and like patented. Like if you're talking about when we discovered steel, or at least a quick way to make steel, you know, it was like we were off, you know. Steel was everywhere. And you had quite a few competitors. I guess until somebody like bought them all, or, you know, Carnegie kind of stuff, but that's not the point. The point being, like now, if we were gonna make something with a new material, it'd be like graphene. There's a lot of aspects for graphene, but like the process to make it just doesn't really exist. It's such a complex thing. It's only made in such small quantities. It's like the opportunity to use that material to make new applications. It's like the applications it's used in are really complex things like nanometers, you know? You're not gonna like you're not gonna make like steel cans or graphene cans or anything. Probably do that with cans. Then aluminum gets made, but anyways. It's just interesting to me to think about the opportunities that people in the past have had. Well, I'm not gonna speak on the political side of protections, I guess, but doing steel, like I said, I'd be doing for like the next age. Hey, how do I get out of here? I never saw your tube come over here. Oh. You have something at the Catarium, right? Okay. What in the world? Wait, we said we wanted a junction at the Catarium. Well, I said I did. I said I wanted one at the Catarium. I thought we were going to do one at the Catarium and one at the steel and one at the coal. I know. I mean, I guess that's fair. Now I can't use your tube. I have to walk all the way back. Junction 0. What's over on Junction 0? Yeah, but like, what's there? You were just talking about how there wasn't enough there at the Catarium, and now there's literally nothing over here, and you made a junction. See, that's what I was asking. Yeah, I'll find it. This looks pretty good, though. I like this. You did a really good job here. Yeah, this is like a 9 out of 10. You're not gonna ask why 9 out of 10, not 10 out of 10? Okay. Oh, do they? Alright, 4.5 out of 5. You know, teleporters would have been better. Man, that would be that'd just be broken. That tube you're on. Where's this segment? This is a very roundabout way. What was the other tube? Let me try it. Brings you down. Oh, we're going. The scenic route. Oh no, you didn't. Oh no. You actually did. Nice. It really is the scenic route. And now my camera's like stuck in this other tube. Alright. The spaghetti. Need to appreciate the spaghetti. Is it like snapping the camera to the tube, or is that just a coincidence? Ah, okay. That's what I thought. Oh no. Wait a minute. I got kidnapped by the other tube. They're a little too close. I'll go. Yeah, you got it. You're already over there. I don't really care. Oh my god. I mean, it is kind of out of the way though. So like, to be fair, you're kind of right. A tube would be useful. But I mean, how in the world are you supposed to memorize this? Can we put on like neon signs or anything above them? Well, it would actually be useful. I would buy neon signs above every tube. Alright, I gotta remember. I gotta struggle. Remember. Why did I come back to the base? To like go through every base material. Which one am I lacking? Which one was it that caused me to come back? The worst part is like everything I'm looking at, I have everything. Okay, let me think. I was making foundries and smelters. I can make a Mark II miner. Make power poles. Do not know. Oh, I think it was just conveyor belts. I need more Mark IIs. That's simple enough. feel like the tubes are just slightly too slow. Are there different tiers of tubes? I mean, still, I mean, I agree. I'm just saying it feels weird that they're as slow as they are. I feel like they might as well have like gone full steam ahead and like doubled the speed. I mean, no sense in like making us wait, especially when like the distances we have to cover are kind of far. Where's over here? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's close enough. It's not that big of a deal. Oh man, I should make a trip over to the old steel. Do you have a pipe over there to the steel factory #1? Oh god, it just pooped me out. Yeah. I forgot how the tube over here was not complete. Just kind of spit me out and it kind of hurt. Boy. Give me a tube over to the other coal mine or other steel mine. I can go over there and improve it. Should help like speed up our base a good bit. Yeah, the steel factory #1. I mean, steel factories are purple, except for the big old purple icon. #1 is coal and steel factory, #1. I mean, there's only 3 big icons on our map. I can't help you if you can't see all 3 of them. Finish the steel #2 one. Not enough space to pick up iron ore. Okay, what am I trashing? Blue power slugs. I don't need those. I had to toss them out of my inventory, threw them in the trash can. Don't need them.
This whole time, I think my OBS has been capturing just you. Because I think it was set to some like my
Like,
laptop
really?
or something. I don't know. Whatever. I'll check it
Oh,
later.
That's deeply uncomfortable.
Oh, you were basically talking to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, just the crazy guy over here talking. Like
You're talking to yourself on someone else's stream. Oh my god. Oh, dang.
What is this? What is this? I love this comment that you got. Like,
Which comment?
like, you don't see the one that you got? It's just a spam comment. It's
Oh.
like, it's like, who are they advertising to? There's like the streamer, the like 2 people on the stream. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go buy whatever the heck. Like, really? I find that funny. Like, what are they thinking?
Yeah, I don't know how those bots work. It's so crazy. It's weird. I talk about working the automation engineering job, and then here I am doing that, but also talking about trying to pivot.
Yep.
If only it were more like this, you know? Hundreds of people would be doing it.
Well, sure, but this is also meant for entertainment, so all the complicated junk has been done for you.
Okay.
I mean, if it were this simple, then literally everyone would do that job, or it'd be like worthless. You get paid, you know, like $20,000 a year.
That is interesting. Well, at that point, the valuation of dollar ends up changing.
Well, I mean, the industry's not going to be. Well, I guess it depends on how big. I wouldn't know, but it'd have to be a pretty darn big industry if it's going to do that.
Alright, I'm going to Steel Factory 1.
Okay. You already done with Steel Factory 2?
No. Oh, I thought you said you wanted me to do 1 first.
I said 2, but
Alright,
so go ahead and finish up 2 since you're pretty much done with it. You just have like 3 more places to go.
Apparently over here where the junctions are, it gets really laggy. But yeah, this tubes go uphill. It's one of the reasons you don't necessarily want the tubes to be super duper high because they are slower.
I mean, even when you're going down the hill, it'd be fine if they doubled the speed. Yeah, I'm about to cripple our power system, let me tell you.
Oh, I haven't even checked on power in a while. Please don't. I don't know what's looking like right over there. It's barely working,
worry,
probably.
It's about to be like we've had a power error. Power failure.
No, 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 no.
You don't understand. I'm pumping up the power.
Oh,
We're
no.
gonna be good on.
You better just underclock it. Just underclock it.
You mean build it out? Yeah. I'll build an extra one out just for you. I was only gonna build like 3 foundries, but I'll do 4. Make it a nice even number. Pair with my 8 smelters.
Oh, you believe that? Guess what I'm missing? You won't believe it.
What's that?
Rotor. Guess where? Look where I am. Can you see where I am?
Oh, where are you? Oh dang! Yeah, I can patch you some
you
rotors.
got 2 rotors I could steal. It's
I got, like,
that close to completion over here.
I've got plenty on me. I'll patch you some.
You can make it over here. Where are your
I'm
foundations?
making steel.
Where are your
Making steel.
foundations? You
Why
just
would I put foundations?
raw
That's steel
dogging
fat.
these
It's supposed to
things.
be nitty gritty. Where are you at? I see your icon, but like right on me. Oh, there you are. Here, take these. Can you put items through tubes?
No.
Shit. There we go. Good thing I brought like 200 rotors with me.
Alright, well the tube now works, so.
Cool.
Enjoy as you need.
Thank you.
And take you straight to junction 1, or 0. Feel free to rename the junctions as you see fit.
Yeah, if we ever get to Factorio, which I don't know if that'll be the next game we play, since, you know,
Who knows how long
factory
this is
game
going to
on
take.
factory game. But if we do ever get to that point, you know, the quality of life things make this like day and night. Like Factorio cuts out so much of the fat, or not the fat, I guess, the gristle, the part of the game you don't want to play, that it becomes quite addictive. It may not be so addictive to us now that we're playing like, you know, Satisfactory on top of it, but like, this game pulls me out of it because it's just the lack of quality of life stuff. And I guarantee you I would not be complaining if I hadn't played Factorio, so.
Sorry, lagging just a little bit.
Can't help it.
It's just over here by this one junction. It's so weird.
You sure? It's probably not network lag then. It's probably like
But like it's
real
not
lag.
happening anywhere else. It's only happening over here. It's really weird.
Unless there's just like some broken network packet stuff.
Probably is the case.
I mean, this was built in Unreal, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But they probably have a lot of more customization than probably other things, crazy things they got to do.
Sure, but what I'm thinking is like typically with those engines, you got like general purpose stuff. And
Yeah.
like, some general purpose when they need a more specialized tool for like clusters like that. Just what I'm thinking though. That could be way off the mark. I have no idea. Just to be clear.
Better the yes than not, I guess.
Spoken like a true SME.
Spoken like he's on that late 10 o'clock brain that's still trying to think.
Okay, cool.
Remember
Over
when
here.
we were like talking about how I was telling you about conveyors and pipes and stuff and building it all, and here we are doing it. Oh, break my legs.
I would say it happened sooner than I thought, but
It
like
has
we have been
been.
at it for a while.
You been playing any other good games lately? Oh my god, spit luck things.
This has been the only game I've played for a little while. Well, that and RuneScape and I played Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World's as good as I remember. It's a good game. Really enjoyed that game. You never really got into it, did you?
No, I just never found the time for it.
I think we did plan on playing it together at some point, but that kind of falls through.
I think you walked me through like one mission. Like when I first got it.
Yeah, because that game has this stupid thing where you have to like play solo. Like for the beginner missions, you have to play solo because it won't let people in.
Let's see, yeah. And I never got past basically the second mission. I just what else I ever played.
I think in the later updates they finally fixed a lot of that issue. So, but you know the damage is done. It wasn't there when we started.
Yeah. I guess at this point it's kind of hard to get into a game like that anyways.
Really? You think so?
I mean, would you even want to jump into it anyways?
Yeah, I mean I told you I'm playing it with the Saturday group.
I guess I would have to like also play a lot of catch up though.
Well, yeah, I mean I've already beaten the game. And you realize I've got like over 500 hours in that game.
That's a
My
lot.
most played game on Steam by far. And it's a darn good game. I really like it. I just hate how Capcom is like starting to creep microtransactions into it. It's like as somebody who's put that much time into it, really
Like
really
they
sucks
went
to
back
see.
to Monster Hunter World and put microtransactions into it.
I mean, I wouldn't say they went back to it. It's just they've been slowly trickling them in since its inception.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's like me not having played for 2 years, I come back and there's 2 years worth of DLC in it.
Ah,
So, it doesn't look good. Plus, I see what they're doing with Rise, so I know their next Monster Hunter is going to be just as bad. But anyways, nothing but complaints about business. I mean, at least the indie scene is still good.
but now it's like there's so
Like,
many indie
I take
games, like
that.
it's hard to beat the wheat from the chaff, you know?
But even still, indie games have their own problems. They do this early access thing, where they
And
do perpetual development for forever.
like, you remember Legend of Dungeon? Remember we
I
played that
do,
in high
yeah,
school?
yeah.
I don't think that game ever left early access. I think like, I just kind of gave up on it.
They really should just call it done. Like, that game was done enough.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like a super huge game. Like, Project Zomboid?
Yeah. I mean,
That
you brought it up,
game,
but I haven't like played it.
well, let me tell you from when I've played it, that game is done. It should be out of early access. There's no reason they should be holding on to that early access card. The only reason I can think of it is so they can get a second boost of sales when they do release it.
Ah, yeah, get that an actual review.
hmm Like, that game has more than enough content to beat most games out there. Very well done, well designed. There are bugs, but, you know, is what it is.
Don't
But,
most
like,
games have some kind of bug?
exactly. It's like, it's going to beat a Bethesda game in terms of bugs, so, like, as in it's better than that. So, like, that could not be early, and yet here it is. Or Kinshi, that was early access for like 14 years.
14 years, really?
It might have been 12 or something, but it was a lot. Because they were using Ogre 3D. I don't know
Oh,
if you
yeah.
remember Ogre 3D.
No.
That
But
was a 2008 or 2006 engine or something. 2004 maybe. I don't know. It was an old engine that didn't support multi-threading because back then multi-threading wasn't such a huge thing. Back when like i7s were 4-core max with
yeah,
4 thread or 8 threads.
it's crazy to
Nowadays
think
they're
that.
bigger.
Well, in
So,
my,
anyways,
I was gonna say, in
that's
my
the
hurry
problem.
to build all the stuff for the space elevator, I forgot to actually use the space elevator.
Yeah, see, it's still sitting there. I made it back to the base. I'm out of rods. I remember this time, so.
Alright, get ready for it. Here it goes.
Oh, I can see it from literally any place on the map. Wow, look at it go.
It is kind of neat, though. Oh, you can see the next thing we gotta build.
Do you think they do some sort of trick where they actually like shrink it at the top, or is it actually just that tall?
Eh? I'm not sure.
It probably is actually just that tall.
It's probably just like really low poly at that height, though. Where it's just like one giant, rectangle.
Yeah,
You know,
it could be.
cube stretched to the limits.
Yeah.
Alright, now we can continue the versatile frames.
Rain. I really wish they made the environment a little more reactive. I really like the rain, but like, where are the trees and the plants?
Like the chainsawing the trees, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, we get rid of them, that's it, they're gone.
Oh, you mean like
I
trees
don't-
growing and stuff?
It would be cool if there was like overgrowth on the things that you make. That'd be kind of cool. It's like you come back, like if you're not walking that path, like moss or something will grow. So like us not being on the bottom floor for so long, we come back and it's like overgrown with crap.
That's quite the task to take on.
Yes, but it would be cool.
That'd be cool. I mean, at this
I
point,
guess
don't you
they're
just
not
want more
the
quality
cool
life stuff,
phase.
though?
Yeah, I was gonna say they've got other things to worry about. I'm sure. Quality of life, they've got a lot to do there. Although, thankfully, they did add the Blade Runner. That's a really nice quality of life thing they actually did add. So,
What
kudos
the
where
heck's a
it's deserved.
space beam over here? The heck is this?
I thought you said we didn't need versatile frames anymore.
No.
Now I need 2,500 of them.
No, I said we needed. I said we needed to pause them.
For what? We need to, like, amp them up.
What the heck is... What the... Oh, I highlighted this thing and it spits a darn space beam up. You see this?
Oop.
I guess it's just me.
Wait, is that the space beam you're talking about?
Yeah, this orange thing, it's a highlighter on the thing I made.
Oh, you're right, I do see this.
You can just
Looks
have
like-
space scenes whenever. Stop
Ah.
highlighting.
Is it like a hotkey?
No, it's just like when you click on it, there's an option for a highlight at the bottom.
I'm off to the steel factory.
We almost have tubes. We have all the support pieces are in place.
I thought you did put all the tubes for steel factory number 2.
No, number 1, excuse me.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to number 2. Oh, let's hope we never have to go to the Catarium again. No junction there. Can't get to it.
I mean, we shouldn't. Well, I might do maintenance on it at some point. But that's only if we need more.
You have to probably move it to the water nearby anyways.
But yeah, the only rocks we can blow up are the ones that have like the cracks on them and stuff, and they're fixed. And a lot of the caves, if you just blow up the rocks in the caves, you release a giant spider guy and he comes and tries to get you. And there's only like a power slug as a reward.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's like a hidden boss fight.
I mean, it's just like it's just a big spider guys, so they're kind of annoying to deal with.
Well, I don't think they made it like an actual boss, but that's probably going to be the closest thing to a boss we get.
That is probably the case.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see where this game goes in another 2 or 3 years, but I really don't think game development should take much longer than that.
Oh, it's the scope's
Like,
getting
if
too
you're-
big.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, it's just kind of a good indicator that the scope's going a bit too big.
Or like, you know, maybe the devs are split on other projects and it's like the fun side project.
That could be the case too, yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of reasons you might want to delay it, but if you ask me, you should not be in early access for 5 years. That's an
Yeah,
indication
2019
of,
for this game.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's still only 3 years, so I'll give them a pass. But, you know. And I can see the game's coming along for sure. So, I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's got all the foundation pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those other two things, though, we had to unlock the motor and the module piece for the Phase 3 completion. So we need to get those milestones set. You know what is the power usage right now? We're making 1,000 megawatts or 1 gigawatt, and we're using 600 to 700 megawatts.
Okay, it's not too bad. Second steel line is being made. Just gotta port it all the way back to the base. Then I can go, hopefully by that time, maybe you'll have some good progress along that steel factory number 1 pipe. I can take that over.
Yeah, I need more
and
steel
amp up
pipe.
our steel number 2.
I'm running into the point where I'm now burning through steel pipe fast enough. So there's a good chunk of it over there. But I just need more. Steel pipe's my now bottleneck. What was I gonna do? It was not to have a stroke. Attempt avoiding stroke. That's right.
It's hard to do.
I know, right?
Yeah, there was one thing that I was thinking about this game. Like, it's not an important design feature. It's just something that they did different than like everyone else whoever does these like survival type games.
I think that's
Even
given
though I
is
guess
that they
this is
say they're not making a survival game.
no, but they've got all the design features of one. The exact gameplay, the exact controls. I
Health and
mean,
food.
sure, it's not required to eat, and that's probably the only thing that sets it apart from being a survival game. But I mean, mechanics wise, it is a survival game. But I was gonna say the only thing that kind of sets them apart, or not the only thing, but something that sets them apart, something that's unique, actually plays a woman character. It's like generic woman instead of generic guy.
The mannequin is different.
Like every other game starts you off with like a naked dude, and yet you're literally a clothed woman, like the complete opposite of every other.
You were
generic
thinking Rust,
survival
weren't you?
game. Rust, Conan, Valheim. Shoot, let me just look up a list of survival games because they're
Ark.
all that.
Oh, even Ark.
Yeah,
Looked,
Ark.
well,
Ark's a
well, it
big
gives you
one.
a creator when you open the game the first time, so
Oh, does it?
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it does.
In fairness, I actually haven't played Ark, so
I've only ever
I
seen
probably
them.
shouldn't call that one out.
I've only ever
But
seen
yeah, like
speed runs or whatever. Not you just like random gameplay clips.
yeah, and I mean modern Rust technically can start you off as a woman. I think it's randomly generated, which is actually pretty cool. I like how they did that because the creator of Rust, he was maybe it wasn't the creator. I don't know, someone about one of the people in Rust was like, everyone's just gonna choose to make the same generic people over and over.
Yeah. Same
And no one's gonna want
Peabodys.
to choose to be the ugly people. So gives them random.
What was I gonna do? I have what I need to continue laying pipe. I'm laying pipe over here, Taylor.
I don't know, man. Sounds a little gay to me.
I'm laying tube. You like how I lay tube out there? Dang, the scenic route through the lab is actually really good. Oh no. I thought this wasn't gonna work, but the tubes shoot into each other. I gotta be slow with them. I couldn't put it on a wall because there's not enough space.
I was getting that issue with one of them.
I need to scoot it over a little bit.
You know, I will say the creator of Gary's Mod and Rust, one thing that's always kind of stuck out to me was when he was first creating Rust. I think his whole development thing was on like Macs, really expensive $2,000 Macs back when $2,000 wasn't hit by inflation. And I remember him being like someone was asking him like, why in the world would you use Mac? It's like the worst possible development environment for what you're trying to do. And he was like, and they were like, it's super expensive. Like his office had cost him, shoot, I forget the number now, but it must have been like in the hundred thousands plus. And we're talking, this guy's money comes from Gary's Mods. So.
Yeah. He's got the money.
Yeah, like his response to that though was like, I'm fucking rich. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
because
he was just. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, isn't Rust also made in Unity?
Yeah, I think so. Rust, and I mean that was before Rust. You see how big of a hit Rust is. That dude is freaking loaded. If he was saying that after Gary's Mod, given Gary's Mod is.
I mean,
Still very
even in
possible.
Gary's Mod, he didn't have to like build assets technically, because
No.
all of that is all the assets are from source engine games.
Yeah,
So he just had to start a framework and a code base.
pretty much. He just took an existing engine and gave you a sandbox. That's all it took.
It's kind of the crazy thing about it too, because it's like, no, you couldn't really do that today. You couldn't like pick up Unreal and really do that to real Unreal games because of the way that's all locked behind closed
Yeah,
doors.
no. You could probably make some sort of Unreal editor, but no one plays games like Gary's Mod anymore. Because you
Yeah.
need some sort of gameplay attached to it to give people the reason to go into the sandbox.
I know. I think Ark is like that. The Ark has like a mod section in the Unreal editor or the Epic Game Launcher you can load up.
Okay, well I brought the iron. I don't see it, so I wonder if it got stuck.
Yeah, but you know, when you mentioned that, it kind of makes me think we're kind of we're past the point where you can have like a golden idea and like actually like execute it, and it'll all work out perfectly. I think we're kind of past those days where like everything has to be kind of
I have to disagree with you there.
no.
A lot of, and most millionaires become millionaires in like their 40s. Like most people get rich at that time in their life.
Huh. I'm thinking like from the game perspective, for like in an age where it's harder to break out necessarily.
I see what you mean. And yeah, in fact, that I guess that kind of is true just because it's getting harder and harder to do that because of how many games are being released. Like people in India and China, I've seen a lot of Chinese games. I mean, they're good games. I'm not like they're not bad because they're from China. No. They're good games, but there's just more of them being made, so it's way more competition than
Yeah.
people like, or times like Gary's Mod when like there was maybe 100 indie games released in a year at best. Now there's 1,000 released in an hour.
Yeah, just about
So,
every hour on the hour.
mm-hmm. So it's like this huge amount of competition from the entire globe. And it sucks because, yeah, they're actually pretty good at it. I know at least one Chinese game that's on my wish list that seems pretty decent.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people in China. They outnumber the U.S. So, I guess the one benefit we have over them is that they don't all have access to coding tools.
And also, like, yeah, the market itself, it's harder for them to get to the U.S. market, where they might be a little more loose with their publishing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I saw earlier this week that whoever in China that Blizzard was hooking up with to like get access to, they actually did not renew their license with them. Apparently, it's like Net something or whatever. Net, I can't remember the Chinese group name, but yeah, Blizzard's not gonna continue with them, putting their games out in China. I don't know if they'll do it direct or they'll go through Tencent or something, but they're not gonna sacrifice the whole Chinese market.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
I just lagged outside of my tube.
The fuck?
Okay, weird.
What the fuck is this? What?
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
What the fuck? My tube isn't connected. How the hell did it get drawn? What? What? The tube. It wasn't connected. How is it not connected? What was that?
Yeah, you should really connect your tubes.
I don't see how that was possible.
Alright, I'm watching a stream. You just jumped into the tube. Let's see this now. Unless you went back in the tube.
Oh, you're watching it now.
Yeah, I don't know how far the delay is.
But yeah, if I'm still in the tube, then you have to go back a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I was just like, the tube was apparently not connected. At some point, I must have swapped it around, but still. It just like, it's so,
Oh, no.
so jarring.
I just saw it. Just
Oh.
got popped out. It's great. You're right. It doesn't even look like it's not connected. Like that looks connected. Weird. Alright, I'm gonna get us some steel pipes going.
You're about to lay some pipe.
I'm just gonna make some pipe. Throw them in the storage container. Maybe they'll be useful later.
I have one constructor making steel pipe for me right now. He's on
Yeah,
the
and
top.
it's like it's throttled by the iron or steel. I was debating on whether I want to put the steel into that. Then I realized, I'll just do it. It's not gonna hurt to have a second steel pipe maker, even if they are just going into storage. Ooh, fancy. 7 connectors. What the heck is a lookout tower?
It's kind of something you do for early game to get yourself some height. It's a quick little way to get some elevation.
Why are we just now unlocking them then? If they're early
No.
game.
We've had them.
Oh, have we?
Yeah. It's just like we didn't have a need for them because we were up high when we were looking down at our stuff. So I
Yeah.
used them in my little desert area a couple times because it was kind of it's a little more flat.
They do look kind of small too. So.
Yeah. It's meant to be like if you have like a large horizontal space that you put it there to give yourself some like a quick little ladder and height. I'm pretty sure it's
there
like
you
an
go.
early
Got
game
some
item
steel pipes
before a
going.
lot of like verticality was implemented.
What were you building here? Encased steel or encased industrial beams.
Yeah, we need those for entrances on the hyper tubes and something and stuff coming up is gonna need it, a lot of it.
I've needed a few for like the foundries, I think.
Yep.
Just need concrete in here.
Yeah,
You're
it's
just,
just
like, distracted.
because I had to share that with some other stuff. Well, I didn't want to put all
really?
the steel beams. I didn't want to have a steel beam just dedicated to that because though we'll need it later, a lot of it, just like kind of the steel beams are being occupied a little bit.
We literally don't have a single thing pulling concrete out of my concrete resource in this lab.
Oh.
Like
I
I've
mean,
got
I was-
2
I was
storage
put- I was
containers
putting
and nothing's taking it.
If you want to draw a line there, it'd be great. That line was doing some other stuff earlier, so that's why I didn't really do much with it.
Kind of hoping you do the hard part, but
Oh, I didn't know where your the concrete is. It just the one concrete?
I'll do it. It's fine. It's there's 2 lines.
I'm laying pipe over here, son. Laying tube.
They're not exactly like super fast either, but I think they'll give you what you
Hey,
need.
look, I'm working as fast as I can, okay?
Let's see, I'll get this steel line. What is that? Is that what is that? Oh, that's a leaf. That's like the top part of a tree that was
Sticking through.
clipping through the ground. I thought it was like a slug or something.
Yep, the factory over here, tubing is coming along quite nicely.
I have no idea how to get this concrete up here.
Teleporter. Make a mod for
I
it.
wish.
Oh, what the fuck happened again? There's a broken line over here. How the hell is it broken?
Wait a minute, that works? Wait, that works? Oh my god, okay. Wow. Talk about spaghetti. This is like premium spaghetti I'm making right now.
that Italian import.
Yeah, dude, this is definitely some Italian import I'm putting in here. You'll be proud of me. but it works. It works. I will take that.
He's going to Fabiano's over here. He's gonna have 6 guys named Tony at his front door here in an hour. Oh, you believe this son of a gun. I'm probably like, 40 pipe away from completing this thing over here, and I need more pipe. I need to be laying more pipe. They got me again with the pipe. Dang, the trip back is so much longer when you don't have an entrance. If I even had like one entrance, I could just like use that real quick.
I mean, entrance to what?
The tubes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have so much of it laid at this point that it's pretty darn complete.
This game needs some music. It's
It-
kind of lacking that.
It does have music, you just gotta turn it up.
It's like weird ambience,
Oh.
not really music.
You don't call that music. I guess it's pretty nice when you're single player. You need some
You're
like,
like focusing, sure.
because you get to that zen state.
Okay, I've got to get this on the other side of the base. I could just run it across. Would be a little jank. Whatever. We'll add a little bit to our spaghetti factor. That's a good thing.
Alright, show me what you were working on here. I'm about to come over.
Nothing to be too proud of. I mean, it's no no didgeridoo or whatever the heck you called your thing.
Rigamaroni. Did you redo?
I don't know. But
A rigamatoni.
check it out. So this little section. Where you at? You still coming into the base?
I'm in the tube over here.
Oh, you're
I'm
still
coming in
going.
now.
Well, let me finish laying down the concrete so you'll have that when you get here. Oh no, you're already here.
What the hell is this?
It's the concrete. So you need concrete. Look what I had to do to get it up here. Though.
It's beautiful.
So it wouldn't actually let me snap straight to this conveyor pole. So I had to wrap
Honestly,
it back a conveyor pole
It looks
and then
cleaner.
back off.
It looks cleaner that way. I almost want to run a tube down it.
This is
This
super spaghetti. This is something. But for some reason that was like the most viable way to get it up. So whatever. And now we just got like a Golden Gate bridge across our base of concrete. But I'll get you this concrete. You'll have concrete.
The rigamaroni. Alright, I might have enough to finish that pipe. That tube.
There you go. Got you your concrete.
Neat. Now we can make more encased steel beam.
Yeah, if you would stop stealing the darn pipes.
I need a pipe because I need to be laying more tube.
Take these. Over here.
I'm already in the tube.
I mean, I would come back. It's 160 pipes. That's 160 pipes is nothing to you. I don't know.
I just
Could
leave it
be.
in there in the thing. I'll come to it later.
It's right next to the other place where you're making pipes, so you'll see it.
That man's laying pipe.
And you're still working on the
Factory.
steel factory number 1.
Yeah.
Cool. I actually need to head that way now. Finally, time to fix whatever the heck is happening over there.
It must be a speed issue.
No, I think it's. I never built out the forges, and I don't think we're using the alternate recipe either.
Oh,
so it's
yeah, that's
just-
probably the
it's a couple
case.
different things.
It's probably just using the stock one I put there originally.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I mean, there's stuff to improve over there. I'll do that.
Yeah, you can take the tube and it gets you pretty much to it. It's just like
Yeah,
there's like the last quarter mile.
To find which tube it is, though, I should really add some neon signs to help your caveman teammate who
Caveman.
can't seem to remember these pipes.
I mean, they're not too hard. The junctions are. I make them as streamlined as I can.
Which one is it?
It's just the one at
So
the
it's
base.
the junction. Okay, yeah, I think I get it. I think.
Whoop.
Is there like a? You know what the character limit would be on the neon sign?
You got me. You have to look at it.
I assume it is a neon sign, right? Not just like a general sign.
You can see it in the shop. The awesome shop has it.
Take a look at it. It's, this is pretty nice though. I really like these tube systems that you got going here.
Well,
They're
thank
high up
you.
enough that I'm not worried about getting like blown up by monsters.
Alright, I did it. The tube is complete. I actually
Hey,
put it in the
yes.
wrong way, but alright.
Well, it's gonna take me a little bit till I'm there, so you can correct it now. Yeah, like I'm seeing gaps in our steel. That can be fixed.
I don't know, kind of like this coupe, the way this one's curved like this.
Okay. Get rid of the pipe faster.
He lays the pipe.
He is the pipe.
I don't know, it's when it would be hard to fix.
Master of pipes.
It's kind of like a roller coaster bin going on.
Ooh. Oh wow, yeah, you can get some pretty decent speed down this hill. Oh boy, yeah. Surprised I don't clip out of it. Maybe it's like a water slide. That's great.
Just about.
Yeah, so yeah, I see improvement that already needs to be done. This is actually using the alternate recipe though.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. You just need to fix the fact we're only using 2 forges here.
You gotta... I was working with limited space because I was being attacked by a thing at the time and didn't have all the resources I needed.
Oh, look, expand that over one more platform before you do that. 'Cause
Which
I need
way?
that space. The wall you literally just put up.
You want more in that direction?
Yeah,
Alright, give me a
I
second.
need more in that direction. There's no way I can do this without that. Just expand it until it like runs into the wall or cave or whatever. I think I'm gonna need all that. Yeah, so like I'm gonna have to have here, and I'll just make this as thin. Yeah, so that looks much better. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just completely bottlenecked over here. It's just choked.
Yeah, the forges are just, or the smelters are just too slow. You can see the ore has no problem keeping up. You spend too much time making this place look fancy, though.
But does it not look good?
I mean, it does look good, but like, this is like, spend this time on the base, you know. Make the base look big. Don't ask me how, considering it's all spaghetti, but
That's why I put the tube through, because the tube looks cool.
Makes sense to me. A darn stackable conveyor pole so I can put something else. Oh my god, this is... So I should not have to spend so much time trying to get this junk aligned.
this line go to? There's something on the other end of this. I think it was a... I think it was a hard drive.
Oh, whoa.
What?
Giant whale tick over here.
Oh. I thought I saw one. I see one over here just kind of hanging out on a rock, glitching out.
Oh, this dude's like in the middle of the forest.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
He's get on out of here. It's so dangerous.
Oh, wait, I needed these for the sulfur later. I think there's sulfur.
They got such stubby little legs for their massive body. Man, can you imagine the joint problems they get?
If they had joints, maybe other joints are like right at the bottom or something.
Like, all kinds of bad. Freaking inbred joints.
Dang, this goes really far away.
It's really far. The smelter.
I guess this hard drive over here.
No, it's for a hard drive. Holy crap, yeah, you're pretty far.
Yeah, I have a bunch of line over here. Oh no, it's radioactive. What the fuck was over here? What? I already had what was over here apparently. But what the heck was
Yeah,
over?
it says black powder 10 times done.
Oh. Huh. Then why did I... Then why was that line not connected? Oh no, there's radiation up here. Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying, Taylor. Oh no, I made a mistake. Crap.
Wait, is this all we had over here? Not steel coming in. Something's not right here. This is the amount we need for one steel line. Hey, was that really all the iron ore that was? Oh no.
What?
That's of its way across the ocean. We had one iron ore node over here, I forgot. We need the rest. Dang. Well. I need more junk for conveyor belt tubes anyways. Head back to the base.
Have you brought this up to your Saturday group?
What's that?
Satisfactory?
Oh.
No? You don't see if anyone might be interested?
I'm playing it?
Yeah.
I mean, like tonight, like with us?
Well, not tonight, but just in general.
Well, I just mean like on Fridays.
I meant like, in the sense of like, do you think any of them would be interested in playing at all?
Probably not. I don't think any of them have the game anyways. I think it's one of the ones that we planned on playing eventually, but... Typically we end up selecting a game and occasionally jumping into another one, but Satisfactory is not It's not one that we would pick up on Saturday, but playing it on Friday. I don't know. I mean, it's not impossible. I can barely get them together on Saturday though, so
How many can you usually get?
well, it's the same group every time. It's become part of the schedule, you know. You do it long enough, it's just
Habit.
that's what you do at that time. Sort of like what people do with their D&D games. Just becomes a regular part of the schedule, so you just do it when you can, of course.
Of course.
Not that I've ever done D&D, but you know, it's a common cultural thing.
Yeah, I never done D&D either. Like, we just never had the groups that did it.
I mean, there was a million of them in college. It's like AB did it. I think Preston tried it once or twice. Like, everyone did it.
All I know
I
is,
never really.
all I just
never
remember
really
my
felt the need to
roommates
do
in
it.
senior year doing it. Robbie and what's his name? I forgot his name. And him and his girlfriend was always over. They always did it. Well, they tried to do it until like, you know, this is senior year, so they were always busy and stuff.
Mm-hmm. As it goes. You should rehook your old pipes to the what was this?
Old
To
pipes.
the encased industrial beam crafter. Because I've got mine coming in and making its own.
What do you want me to take? What? What?
So you know where you were getting all of your steel pipes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, you're here. Should divert that back into the crafter, the assembly. Because you see this crate over here that's not going anywhere? The one that I'm standing on?
Yeah.
This one's making steel pipes and it's not going anywhere. It's also
Okay.
making them faster.
Making them faster? How's it doing that?
Well, take a look at the incoming steel. One's getting way more steel. It's not
Oh.
load balanced.
I guess it is true. This guy can. I mean,
This was just like, I had just made this and I was like, well, it's got to go somewhere.
trying
The
to
steel has to go
think.
somewhere.
this needs this needed steel beams, so I can probably have this guy here make steel beams for me, and just use your guy for pipes.
Doesn't steel beams. Doesn't
Yeah,
steel
in
pipes.
case steel beams.
You're
don't need-
right, you're right.
But I mean, I need steel pipes for the other stuff though.
Yeah, well, you've got steel pipes coming in there, so it's all yours.
Or yeah, let's leave it there. I'll just have this guy making steel beams now, so I can make more encased steel beams because we'll need it for recipes here in the future, not the not too distant future.
You gotta think of how the heck to fix our issue with the old steel. The new steel does pretty well. Like, the new steel's making plenty of new steel. But old steel that's running the rest of the factory is like, leaves a bit much to be desired.
It is actually getting on the later side, and I do have to get up on the earlier side tomorrow. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and close it up for the day, I guess.
Alright, yeah. Let's do that. Make a save game.
Anything else we want to do real quick?
Unless you had hard drives
Oh.
or something.
I was going to say milestone. Let's take a look at those real quick.
You were the
Oil
one to decide those.
processing is available to us now. Industrial manufacturing, if we want to get the manufacturer, and the adaptive control module and the modular engine are those two pieces in the corner. And you need a manufacturer for those. Well, actually, you can't do that until we get plastics, which needs oil. And looking through it, jetpack is very close now, but it needs plastics. So yes, oil processing is the key one we need right now to get done.
Okay. So, what about the one that unlocks the other thing.
The jetpack?
No, the fluid stuff. What's the thing that like all the alternate recipes are using
The
water on?
refinery, yeah, it's in this one.
Refinery. Oh, okay, yeah. This is what we
This
wanted.
one, it has like it's like 6 things in it. It has let me go to it. It has refinery, it has extractor, which are 2 separate things. It has valve, plastic, rubber, fuel, coke for petroleum coke, and then it has circuit boards, scanner for crude, and then new products in the shop. So if you have motors,
Yeah, we got rotors. I don't know about motors.
yeah, we need motors. We only had 7 motors. I wasn't making motors. They need an assembler and a stator.
Yeah, and I think we were working on the stators or something. That's what I remember. Well, anyways, we got it selected, so we'll get to it next time.
Yeah, go ahead and I guess save again.
But
Alright,
yeah.
save. Go ahead and exit. We added another 4 hours to it.
Nice. Oh, I'll go ahead and turn off the